Hello, Southern Hang family. Neil Wilding here once again. I'm joined by my good friend Sherman Brown. Craig Cotton and Brian Redmond are here in spirit, but they couldn't join us for this episode, but that's okay. Because once again, we're joined by a very special guest. As our regular listeners know, we talk a lot about music on the show. And our listeners in Kentucky also know we've had about 2 straight weeks of rain. And so...
Weeks have sucked.
Oh my God, it's been terrible. And so much so that I feel like this happens every year. You get the social media posts where they start talking about, like, what are your favorite songs about rain? And, give me some music to drain out all this rain. And so being a music themed podcast, we figured the plan was to cover some of our favorite songs about rain. And we're going to do that. But as we were planning this out, Cotton came to me, said to the group, he said, we should get a weatherman on the show. And I think he was joking. And I said, well, it just so happens I know one. So from 3 doors down, no, not the band.
Not the band.
Not the band, but literally from 3 doors down the street from me, I welcome Jude Redfield of WDRB. Jude, welcome to the show.
Listen to that.
How about it?
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. This is awesome.
Yeah,
welcome to the show.
Yeah, and so we've spread out. We've got an international audience now, Jude. So for our non-local Louisville listeners, a little background on Jude. Jude's a proud hilltopper, right, from Western Kentucky.
Go Tops!
Yeah,
go Tops! I did not know that.
5 to 99, it was a blast.
I got my master's. I got my master's at Western. That's awesome.
Yeah, Sherman's made his way. He's Louisville, Xavier.
I got a bunch of basketball teams I cheer for, Jude. That's what that means.
So Jude has a degree in meteorology, from what I understand, geography and broadcasting, and he won an Emmy in 2006 and 2007 for Best Weather Anchor, and won an Emmy in 2008 for Best Weather Cast. The accolades are endless, Jude.
They just go and go.
We've had Grammy winners, we've had Olympians, but now you're our first Emmy winner on the show. That's right.
That's why you're international. I mean, you are pulling the big dogs. We have a semi-celebrity, a weatherman here today. So,
this is great.
I appreciate it. This is awesome.
Welcome to the show. And before we dive into all the music stuff, I figured just kind of talk about, so you're meteorology.
Yeah.
What drew you there?
When I was little, and I mean 5, 6, 7 years old, I consider myself like a snow fanatic, snow hound. I would love to see it snow. And honest to God, during the winter or fall, spring, I grew up in northern Kentucky, just south of Cincinnati, Fort Wright, and I would park my butt in a chair in front of the TV and just flip from channel to channel to see the weather reports. Like, is it going to snow? And I would watch every single night. And I don't know, as it went on through grade school, I guess 5th, 6th grade, it was like, I want to do the weather, and then I like all the weather, but snow is what really got me into it.
Yeah.
And I love the seasons around here. I've pretty much been in Kentucky my whole life, other than a stint was in Norfolk, Virginia Beach, which was really nice, beautiful. Spent like a year in southern Illinois, and then up in northern Kentucky again, worked there for a few years, but been here in Louisville 15 years, almost to the day.
Attaboy. Yeah.
Love it.
So when I'm picturing the TV as a kid watching that, the only thing I can even relate to is watching at 6 o'clock in the morning, because I would wake up when it snowed and I'm immediately watching for the school closures.
Oh, exactly.
That is the quintessential thing that I think of like growing up in the 80s, probably into the 90s. I'm 50.
50. Okay, I just turned 49 in March, so we're there. So I was born in 77, and I would, for the school closings, a lot of it was on radio too.
Yes.
I mean, I would listen to was it 1530 out of Cincinnati and 700 WLW a lot. Like, if the TV wasn't on, the radio was on, and we were just one school after another, just rattling them off, man. I went to Catholic grade school. St. Agnes was a private school, and man, they wouldn't shut. Like they would never shut down. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, but see, I was old. I grew up out here, and so we were like, we'd cancel if we just got a little too much rain. I mean, we were out all the time. But I do remember the scroll, and I remember, they would do it in alphabetical order. So you wait, and anytime I'd see Owen County without seeing Oldham, I'm like, oh man, we missed it. But if we got Oldham first, then then we were good.
Owen's one of those too. Dusting of snow, they're shut down.
Yeah, they are.
That's one thing I really. I mean, I knew how it worked, but when we moved to Oldham County, and even from Oldham to Trimble, and you hear so many people like, I cannot believe they're shutting down schools. But you just venture out a couple miles, and you think about these roads that are not touched with a half inch of snow, bus drivers with 35 kids on it. It's like, you know what? I don't care if it's only on the ground for an hour and a half. Like, I don't want to. Most people don't know what those roads are like when you venture out, and it's like, man, it's not worth it.
And it's still that way. For me as a kid, I remember I grew up in Prospect, but my middle school, I went all the way to South Oldham Middle School because we didn't have all the schools we got here, and we would have to cut through like Mayo Lane. We lost our international audience.
I was going to say, so how many miles? Give us a ballpark
it was probably 10 miles, but of windy roads. Yeah. And that road I just threw out is the windiest. Like, picture any horror movie and all the terrible things that happen in those horror movies. That's what's going on Mayo Lane.
And it doesn't have to be a mountain road. No. Like, I mean, we don't have mountains here, but the windy, rolling up and down. I went through that judgmental stage where it was like, these people are fools. They're shutting down. Like, this is so soft. But my kids started getting older. We were out here in Oldham County, and like I saw it. It was like, I should apologize to everyone. Not that I ever really voiced it, but just for like my mental judgmental thought. It's like, I get it.
Yeah, it is.
Now, see, on the contrast, I grew up a block and a half away from my grade school. I could have walked there in a foot of snow, but I still watched for the scroll and was like, all right, let's get out of this as quickly as possible. So I was at our Mother of Sorrows, so not too far from you, instead of St. X.
That's awesome.
Or St. Agnes, excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah. So what? So you're in elementary school, and you're like,
through
okay,
the 80s.
I get this, and I like it. When did it become like a reality? Like, this is something I can really do and go to school for, and like get a job and get paid to do this.
High school, it was really. I mean, even like my freshman year, I was dialed in to where it was like, that's what I want. That's the only thing I want to do, or be a Cincinnati Reds baseball announcer. But realistically, it was, be a weatherman. Like, there's a lot of different jobs in weather and forecasting that you can do. But I love just because I watched the news so much, it just sort of got ingrained in me. I was like, that's the only thing I wanted to do. And not one time in my entire life did it ever deviate.
That's great. So, even now, as part of what you do, is now so much on social media. Right?
It has changed dramatically.
And that didn't drive you away.
Not yet. Not yet.
Because you're like, as soon as the storm's coming or whatever, you're on.
We're there. Everything, all the platforms. It's streaming. Streaming. I mean, let's be real. People just don't turn the TV on like they used to. The streaming platforms and social media and all of that. I mean, that's where most of the viewers are.
So take us through a day like that. So like, we got a day where a storm's hitting, and you got to drive to the studio, and so you're on TV, but then you're also doing the feeds. Are you like tag teaming? How's that? What's a day in the life?
Yeah, I'll start off with a day like today, which is. Finally, it stopped raining.
Oh, yeah. We finally do our rain episode, and it's the most gorgeous day of the year.
Of like going from May, really, for the entire month. So a day like today, when I know there's no storms, it's going to be partly cloudy. It's going to be, we're in the groove. I have a really good handle on what the forecast is going to do. There's really not many challenges. So before I go to bed, I look at a bunch of stuff. That allows me to sleep in as long as I'm always looking for as much sleep as I can get because I'm working. My alarm's going off at like 2:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I do the early morning shift, which
Mm-hmm.
it's brutal, but I'm used to it. So I get up, I'll lay there for a little while, look at any new updates. Like a day like today, there's not much that I really,
Mm-hmm.
quick little glance. I see there's nothing, no curveball. So I don't want to say milk it. I don't want to make it sound like I'm not working, but it's a little bit more easy going. But then that allows me to do other things. There's a lot more than just going on TV, putting a presentation, making the maps and the forecast. Like I have a weather garden at the station that I tinker with, and I do it all. I would feel so bizarre if it was like my weather garden and some engineers or some other people were doing it like I do it. So
Mm-hmm.
I mess with that, make sure that sort of has the uptick to it, and do some social media things where we just got bought by a new station,
Okay.
a new company. So we are going through all sorts of new protocol. There's emails and all sorts of paperwork. So that piles up. So days like today
Yeah.
are needed.
Yeah. It's like an office day.
For days like when all hell's breaking loose, when you've got tornadoes in the forecast or a couple of those humdinger winter storms that we had this year, and you got to be on your A game. It's the other thing that's really changed about that is it's not just going into work and putting maps together and standing in front of TV. You've got to pump stuff out on social media.
Yeah.
It is truly a 24-hour job. I'm not trying to make people feel like sorry for me, like, oh, you're working so much, but you can't just wake up, go to work, do your thing, clock out, because when storms and things are on it, like you have got to follow continual updates. So you see the changes as each computer model comes in, but it all equals out.
Mm-hmm.
Like for the 30, 40, 45 days that it is hectic, we have so many days like today to where it's like, okay, we'll relax and we'll pour one out and have a good time.
Yeah. Well, but when it's tough and you got like you're saving lives.
I mean, it gets to that point. We've had we've had plenty of moments in all of our careers where it's dangerous, it's life threatening, and there's some people that are truly plugged in, listening, and depending on you. So there's been moments, and there's also been on the contrast moments where like you're tracking, there's a tornado on the ground, it's a big one, if it hits something, if you're not underground, you're going to die. Like thankfully that's very rare, but there's been a few of those times where you're like, it's hard to be able to discuss it, put out complete sentences when like someone could be dying or getting critically injured right now.
Yeah, well, it's probably a balance too. You got to do where, if like for somebody, it is like mission critical, and for someone 10 miles away, it's kind of mocking you for like, you're being so dire.
It is. There is definitely that. I've heard just about everything you can imagine, and truly, like if you think it, like I've heard it, and I've gotten to the point. When I was younger, it'd be like, man, it really bothered me, but now it's like whatever. Like I've got a wife and kids, and things that like really matter than someone. But I had someone send me a message saying, "I hope you hit a deer and the antlers come through and kill you." Like that's what I mean. Like if you can think it, like we hear it all. So
I'm glad that didn't happen.
I'm glad too.
Did you ever play the Storm Chaser games?
The Storm Chaser?
Like, what you ever?
The board game?
No. Just I shouldn't.
I was like, there is like a.
No, I'm just thinking like in general, you chase storms. Like, have you been like you in the moment going?
Twister, the movie Twister. Is that what we're describing?
That's a great movie. I think it still holds up pretty good. The one from the 90s.
Yeah.
Yes.
With Bill Paxton.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Cow. Right.
Is that?
Remember the cow?
That's right. And
that came out
cow
like mid 90s, late 90s, but it still holds up pretty good. But I did. In college, even when I was off the clock, and I would dabble in a little bit of storm chasing. But when I was working in Indianapolis, a photographer and I went out to the plains for like a week and a half, linked up with a bunch of storm chasers, Doppler on wheels, and did a hardcore week and a half of chasing, put together some great stuff. It's nuts, especially now. The number, it's more dangerous now because there's so many people out there than it is really than the tornadoes.
Well, and you probably get some amateurs out there that cause all the problems.
You do. Have you ever seen a tornado? Have you guys ever seen
I have seen a tornado. It is from a far distance, and it was not a very big one. This is back I was at working at the brewery. I'm trying to remember what year that would have been, 97, 96. But saw one that we saw in Louisville, but it wasn't
pretty good, funnel coming down.
Didn't touch down. Didn't really no real damage. By comparison.
I had my grandfather showed me a picture from what was maybe 74.
That was
it big?
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
And it was a blade of grass in the tree.
God. A blade of grass in the tree.
Yes. It is.
That's crazy.
You can't even it's just you can't fathom that can happen.
No.
Well, yeah. So but you also get to do fun stuff. So what a Derby week, is that fun for you? Is that work for you? Because you're there.
Yeah, and I will shoot you as straight as can be. That's one of the number one questions that we get. You got to love Derby. It's got to be so fun. In the first year, it was so fun. In the second year, it was so fun. The third year, it's like, this is awesome. American Pharoah.
Oh, yeah. Triple Crown, baby.
It was California Chrome. Like, man, this is fun. And then our kids started getting older.
Yeah.
And it's, let's see here. So I started in early May, 15 years ago, 1 week after the Derby. So this is my 14th Derby. As the kids got older and things were real important, school, and when I'm doing the morning show, I get up at 12:55 in the morning, get into work by 2, I have to have everything put together, get to the track at about 4:20, 4:30. And then we're on air from 5 to 10 a.m., 5 hours straight. And like I said, I'm 49, dude. It absolutely roasts my butt. Mm-hmm. And I am it is beautiful. It is amazing. It's to take in the sights, and the horses are like right there, and they are just massive, and all week covering it. Mm-hmm. It's really cool, but man, it's exhausting now. And it's not easy like it was when I was in my 30s going on 40.
Still fun, but it's a job. I mean, that's the thing of what you're describing. Yeah, I'm over there. Not at 4:30 in the morning. I complain about getting over there at 6:15, Jude. So yeah, I get it.
If they said, you know what, we're just gonna have you do it one day out of the week, I'd be like, okay, that's fine with me. That's all good.
Yeah.
But you're out there, starting Tuesday or Monday as well?
Monday through Saturday. Very grateful. I don't take it for granted. Like I am lucky as can be that I get it. I'm grateful, but holy cow.
Jude, I'm assuming that the social media and the letters that you get are from people generally that are upset that you got something wrong, maybe, or that the weather changed. Right now, you didn't get it wrong. It was what you predicted. This is what you're seeing there. All the things. But then it switches. The other side, though. Do people get upset just the fact that you're even saying this is what's going to happen? I mean, that to me is the most baffling thing. Is like, this is what I'm predicting. Okay, you're wrong, Jude, and they're like yelling at you, and it's like, how do you even know?
They get upset with just about anything. I was going to say human nature is obviously like you like to hone in on things that are wrong, and not that we expect people to be like, man, you got it right, but you won't ever really hear anything, which is fine. I mean. But you will hear about it, like if you mess up. And I really do, I feel bad because as you get older, it starts to click. Like there's people that depend on this because it's their job. Like they're making money or losing a hell of a lot of money. Mm-hmm. When I was younger, when I was in my 20s doing this, I'd never grasped cement contractors and builders and just anyone. Like you wipe out someone's complete day because you're saying it's going to be good. If you say it's going to rain and they send all their workers home, I feel really bad when that happens. And there's times when it is just a bad forecast. Like I probably could have been, we could have done better, but that is rare. It really is rare. Most of the time it's like, God, There's nothing you can do about it.
So what's that like? Like, so there's so much information out, right? Everybody's got the weather on their phone. They got this. And so you ever get a sense where like, I know everybody's saying this, but I'm going here.
Mm-hmm.
What's that like?
It's not easy to be the one person on an island when you're all alone.
Like, guarantee it.
I mean, we can all go down in flames.
Yeah.
And that feels fine. Like, I'm not the only one to go down in flames. So
right.
That's in your head the whole time.
The easy call would just be like, okay, the other, people are all calling this. I'm just going to go with that because then we all look bad. If you're the only one, it's like, okay, Jude is off his rocker, man.
And that will sway. Boy, that'll.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Your thinking and what you end up forecasting and going with. I mean, the winter storm that we just had, or should I say, didn't have.
Yeah.
This, what was it, January, February? It was the one where we were.
Oh yeah.
Everyone was saying like about a foot of snow.
Foot to 15 inches, yeah.
Right.
So that's right.
So, and it switched over to sleet for a long time. And that was thrown out there as an option. Like, if it stays sleet, the longer it does, it cuts back. And I mean, at the end of the day, what do you hear? You hear like, they said 15 inches of snow. They said 8 to 16 inches of snow. And then that's like, they said 16 inches. Did you hear that? 16 inches of snow. So it just turns into pandemonium, no matter what you're really saying, truly saying. You hear one thing, and it's a hard line to really convey sometimes. But
and then
you gotta do it.
That's right.
When to your point, Louisville got snow, Lexington got ice, and I can't imagine what that looks like when it's coming through on the pattern of what you guys are trying to forecast of what that's even going to look like. And then secondly, is it going to be 3 inches? Is it going to be 18 inches? And is it ice, snow? And like, how do you even look at that? I wouldn't even. I can't imagine.
Well, and like this storm that we just had, it was such a massive storm that basically for every hour when it was really cranked up, for every hour it stayed sleet, that would take away 2 inches of snow. So you're talking about, you get 2, 3, 4 hours of sleet. I mean, 1 to 2 hours makes a difference.
Yeah.
Let me say this real fast. So many times people will mention, you always get those snow forecasts wrong. You guys always, we get the rain forecast wrong just as much. Well, we get it wrong more because it rains a lot more than it snows. But if the ground's wet, it's like it rained. Not everyone has a rain gauge. If it snows there, you know if it's this or that. Like if it rained, it rained. Okay, they said it's going to rain. Like it's not necessarily that it's just the snow thing. It's all in the perspective.
Yeah.
So do you? Weinberg's another guy that's out there a lot. You all have like a natural like rivalry at WDRB. How's that work? Is he a good friend?
Yeah, I mean, he works. So I'm mornings, and then he works at night. I actually did. I talked to. He made a quick call to me today to tell me some good news about something with some social media stuff. But I very rarely see him, and when I see him, it's not good because I'm coming in at 2 a.m. He's staying till 2 a.m. because there's bad storms, and then we link up like that. We'll text or quick phone calls from time to time, but I don't see him that much.
Good, because we really don't like that
guy. He's a polarizing guy.
Yeah, out of here. You're out of here.
He is a brainiac. I mean, he loves what he does. We collaborate all the our entire weather team. We get not on a daily basis because you don't need to, but when it's hitting the fan,
sure.
2 heads, 3 heads, 4 meteorological heads coming together is better than one. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we all have our moments. There's people that hate me, love me. Weinberg, there's people that love him. There's hate. Like if everyone liked me or you or this person, it would be weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I know I do stuff that drives people bananas, but I'm just going up there being myself. I am not going to be fake. I'm going to go up there I drive my wife nuts all the time, but that's because I'm being myself. Like, so if I know I'm driving her crazy and she's been married for a long time, I'm driving a lot of people crazy at home.
Well, just to be clear, I don't need beef with Weinberg. We're good. I have no problem. I have no problem, Mark. I got no problem.
You're not. It's all
like,
good.
oh.
It's we don't take it to heart, man. It's all.
Well, I know you have fun. I can tell that you have fun with it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm still doing it. I mean, I get up so daggone early. Like, if I was going into work, they do let us. I mean, let us be ourselves. Like, I couldn't. There's no way I'd be doing this.
So you didn't meet Cotton because he's here only in spirit, but he is here in one question.
Yes,
and it's a good one.
He made me write it down and made sure I ask you, and it says Motorboat Monday.
Talk to us.
Like a segments here. Do you want to talk about
Motorboat Monday? We would have had week 1 on Tuesday, since it was Memorial Day. The tradition is we always do it the day after Memorial Day. That kicks it off.
Okay.
Motorboat Mondays. That's awesome. They caught me. I love it. So Motorboat Monday, from Memorial Day to Labor Day. After a weekend this time of the year, with all the people out on the rivers, the lakes, the ponds, whatever, the streams, the garden hose, any water recreation thing, we're like, send in pictures, videos. We put a bunch of them up. It's turned into a fun thing. And throughout the mornings, every Monday, show pictures. We're in a little bit of a delay because the daggone it rained now. For if you're listening from wherever, we had a terrible drought. Most of Kentucky going south from where we are. There was no water, like the lakes and rivers. Yeah. Have you seen some of that?
I saw, yeah.
Dude.
Well, and he's a Rough River guy.
Okay.
So he was talking about Rough River, how low it was.
So the water's finally up. So in the next couple weeks, we're gonna get back, crank up the kickoff of Motorboat Monday and Motorboat Band. It's awesome. Yeah, Rough River Lake is. If that's where Cotton is, that's a party cove 24/7.
Yeah, he's got a fifth wheel that he calls Boulevard.
That's great.
And so he and his family are on Boulevard. They're hitting Rough River and wherever it may go.
Good for them.
Yeah.
He's a fan. And he's a big fan of Motorboat Monday. All about it.
We've got it. We're going to have a bunch of T-shirts and prize packages to give away. We will have to make sure you get a T-shirt. At least get a T-shirt, Cotton, because it's from Nick's Boat Dock. That's who we team up with down at Rough River Lake. So I'll save a T-shirt for Cotton.
Awesome.
Is he a large?
Yeah, large, probably good.
Extra.
Right.
He's XL.
He's
XL. Oh.
You will have your own Motorboat Monday T-shirt. I give you my word. XL. I will save it for you.
But you'll have to come get it from me or from Neil. That's the way it's going to go down.
He's the one that edits the show, so that'll be a clip, and it'll be out on social, and he's going to hold you to it.
I'm telling you, I give you my word.
It's true.
That's cool. Should we talk music?
Let's do it, man.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, so one of the things we've done, Jude, on our show, we just throw out random topics. So, like, we had an entire episode dedicated to, like, 90s alternative. And then we did one on 90s hip-hop, 80s hair band. Like, we do it all. And so...
what are your guys' favorite music? Let me get caught up on.
I'm probably 90s, early 90s. Like, if I had to guess, it's probably 90 to 95 stays in my playlist of alternative and hip hop. So it's kind of a range there.
Everything from that.
Anything you can think of. Pearl Jam is
exact same.
Pearl Jam is my favorite, bar none. That is number one for me. That's Seattle kind of alternative grunge kind of world.
But we were doing all those 8th grade dances, high school dances.
Absolutely.
Like I know you're in the Nirvana and all that stuff. It was like,
yes.
That's when it was.
That's exactly right. And then all the way, and on the hip hop side, anything you could think of, just Tupac, Biggie, it was probably more West Coast. I don't know what you're, anyway, all over the place. But I'm 80s and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I grew up on this very similar music, loving the 90s. I'm a few years older, so some of the 80s, like REM and some of that.
Shiny Happy People.
Well, everything but that.
I saw a video of, I forget forget who it was. It was a podcast about that is the worst song of all time.
It's awful.
Like it is not,
and they don't play it, and it's just. But it, but I loved pretty much everything else. And then, I was in Pearl Jam and all of the grunge and what led to it. But I moved to Texas.
Okay.
In like the late '90s.
Country.
And I grew up. I did not like country at all. I used to mock it.
I'm the same way.
And then I get to Texas, and a college friend of ours said, "Hey Neil, I want to take you to this show," and it's this band called Reckless Kelly, which is like a Kentucky, like a Texas band, and they're still kicking. And then he took me to a show with Cross Canadian Ragweed, which is they're still kicking. They're like Red Dirt. And then he took me to a show by Robert Earl Keen, who's like this '90s alternative country dude, and actually he's playing Railbird.
Really,
Robert Earl Keen is, and so I just absolutely fell in love with that. And Sherman will attest to it, because back then that was like where you like the digital age was in its infancy, so you had MP3s. But you weren't really streaming yet, but you could easily rip CDs to, So he and I would send CDs back and forth to each other, like in the mail.
Okay.
and burn them. And so, and I sent him like all of that music, and Sherm's like, "What's going on here?" Like,
I was like, "What happened? What happened in the
argument?"
And I'm like, and he's like, "What are you listening to all this country?" And I'm like, "It's not country. It's Americana."
It's
And to this Pearl Jam fan, I'm like, no, it's country. It's not. Yeah. That is not Americana.
Do you like country?
I like country. He loves country. He loves Americana. There are some. It really depends on who it is and a lot of what they're talking about. So,
and that's actually our show's got a pretty big following from like that current alternative country sound. I mean, when you say country to some people, they'll think like what's on country radio and pop country. Mm-hmm. You won't get much support of that.
Gotcha.
From this group. But
I'm the same way, Neil. Like 80s, 90s, I wouldn't listen to a country. Kenny Rogers. I like some Kenny Rogers stuff. Coward of the County is a good one. But like until I think it was like 2003, 4, 2005, Montgomery Gentry, stuff like that. I absolutely love country music.
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah,
but I like every. There's really not any kind of music. I have Sirius 70s, 80s, 90s. The 70s, 80s, 90s channels is what I listen to the most.
Yeah,
on there.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I've really accustomed to like Jason Isbell was a guy, and I feel like Chris Stapleton and Sturgill and Tyler. They brought in all of this like new. It just showed that like that kind of you can be successful playing a different brand. Like not that bling.
Stapleton's awesome. Sturgill Simpson.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So we could go for days on that.
We were supposed to be talking about rain.
I know.
Rain songs.
Well, Sherm. So I had Sherm send me a few songs. You want to start us off?
Well, keep in mind I chose my 3 after Redman and Cotton went first. Yeah. They chose so 6 of the top.
We should mention theirs.
Because I got one that I never would have chosen.
All right, so Cotton. Let's see. I got Sherman. I got your. So Cotton was not going to make it, but he said, "Where's his?"
Can you stand the rain? New edition. I mean, that's a jam. New edition. Robbie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike. We've talked about them before. This is
Bobby Brown was one of my first CDs that I got in that BM.
The music club.
Columbia.
The Bobby Brown was like. Speaking of New edition,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it is my prerogative.
That's awesome.
So you're right. So he was. Can you stand the rain? And then he did Kentucky Rain.
That's right. Elvis.
Elvis. I do like the Elvis channel.
Yeah. You can't go wrong.
Return to Sender is my favorite song from Elvis.
Yeah.
Are you an Elvis or Beatles guy?
I think I like Elvis more. I like Paul McCartney. I like the Beatles.
Yeah.
But I like Wings, Band on the Run. I like a little more of that.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go a little more Elvis just because in the last like 3 years, I started listening to Elvis more than when I was younger. I'd listen to a lot of Beatles in college.
So there's a famous, well, I don't know if it's famous, but there's an excerpt from Pulp Fiction that's on the DVD, but it's not in the movie. And it's a scene of Mia Wallace and Vincent Vega talking about this. And they're saying, and I think it's her, she says.
So did it get cut? It just didn't make it?
It didn't make it, but it's on the DVD like as an outtake. And they're saying like you're either an Elvis or you're a Beatles.
Yeah,
I would see this.
I'd go
now.
Beatles. I'd go Beatles. Yeah.
And Beatles also have a song "Rain."
Well, that's
one of mine, and so I would put Beatles "Rain" up against Kentucky "Rain," even though we are in Kentucky. I get it.
I agree.
I love the Beatles song.
That song is awesome and interesting. Beatles, not an album track.
Mm-hmm.
So that was an outtake from Revolver. How good is Revolver to where
that it doesn't make it?
That it didn't make the cut.
That is crazy.
Did you go to the Abbey Road?
You know what? I've never done that.
No?
I've never done it.
I did it like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. I loved it.
I was just going to say, give me your...
I'm trying to, I mean, I loved it. It was, but you've got, you had some bands that are there that are doing their, that are maybe have one or two hits, and then you've got some cover band. Obviously, you got a lot of Beatles cover bands. It was awesome. Nice. I enjoyed it. We were only over there one day. I didn't do, what is it, 3 days? Is it 3 days?
It's like a whole...
Is it on the waterfront?
Man,
is that where it is?
You're close.
It's over in southern Indiana.
Yeah.
At our age, it's hard to do more than one day. Like I can't do like it's.
Yes. we just had episodes here talking about Railbird, and the question is which day. Which day? Not both days, but which day are you going?
I can't believe the number of people that are hitting up these annual concerts now, the 2, 3, 4 that are there for like at least 2 or 3 of the days. It's like, how?
Yeah.
Like, God.
Yeah. Well, Sherman, he works Bourbon and Beyond. So
that's why you're
and Louder Than Life. It's back to back. So 8 out of 11 days.
I like a lot of the Louder Than Life music. I like Rob Zombie a lot. I would love to see him in concert.
Yeah, absolutely. Tool is there this year, and that is one of my favorite bands.
That's when they were launched, man. When we were in that high school.
I went to a Lollapalooza when it was a traveling festival, and Tool was on the alternate stage. Like they weren't even on the main stage. They were just playing off to the side. It was right before they popped, and later in that tour, they moved them to the main stage. But they were on this little stage with like 300 people.
Isn't that weird?
Crazy.
So you got to see them like infancy stage.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. Let me keep us on track here. So,
sorry.
No, man.
I gab like
that's what we're here for. That's what it's here for.
And then Cotton's last one is probably one of the obvious ones.
Purple.
None other than Prince and Purple Rain.
Boom.
Which also, I think of Prince and the Super Bowl performance he had in the ring.
Yep.
Which was probably the best halftime Super Bowl show of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Playing an electric guitar in the ring.
He did maybe like, when did he pass away? 6 years ago?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this was maybe a few years before that. Do you remember that performance? He took over that guitar.
I know what you're going to say. Yeah. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes, he took
while my guitar gently weeps.
That was nuts.
And he took over.
Like I like Prince. I'm not like a Prince fanatic, but that was unreal.
I got goosebumps.
That was
because you got legends like Tom Petty's on that stage and all these people on stage.
They were all like every single one of them.
And they're just like in awe. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Good stuff. All right. So Red sent me his list too. So Red, he's a James Taylor guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a softie. So
you had this look at my
No,
that guy.
So he had Fire and Rain from James Taylor. So that's and then I think another obvious one is from Creedence.
I couldn't believe it took this long to get that mentioned.
Which is a phenomenal song. Have you ever seen the rain?
That's a great one. That's a great one. I mean,
by
that
the way,
is
we'll probably put a playlist together, so we'll probably compile
that
all
in.
these
Nice.
and put a playlist together and push it out. Just we get a little traffic to it. It's pretty cool. And then his final one was "Love a Rainy Night."
Hey, that's a surprise for me.
You know,
That's a great song. No, it's a great song. It just, I was not expecting it.
That is an outstanding song.
It is a great song. It is, and it was not on my, it would never have made my list. I would not have thought about it. But when I heard it, I'm like, that's a no-brainer. It is a good one.
Think about that song driving around or riding my bike is like a elementary school kid jamming on my Walkman, and "Love a Rainy Night" and like that early '80s rock.
Did you have the yellow Walkman?
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
That was the one.
Yeah, and they changed up they weren't just the soft ear; they went in ear. Like, oh man, it's game changer.
That is awesome.
You tech nerds at the time. We were over there. I was still over there with my cushy.
The soft.
Terrible. Terrible.
3 Swatch watch on.
Oh, you know it. It turned blue because of my jeans. Oh man.
So
yeah,
one of the songs that I put on there was the song that I thought was immediate because of all the rain that we've had. That I thought for sure, Jude, this would be the song you'd be thinking of as you drive in every morning until today. But it would be, "Here Comes the Rain Again." This is the Eurythmics. Yeah. I was like that one.
Vinyl back.
Do you really?
Somewhere. I think I do.
You didn't set it. You didn't set us up with like all the music in the background this time around.
I should have. I did not. No, I didn't do my homework this time. Normally, I customize because these the album covers on the wall here. I can customize those.
That is a nice backdrop.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, what about the Rain King?
My man,
Bam!
Rose right up. I was going to say the Rain King was going to be
right.
one of mine.
So, Jude,
did I steal someone's?
That's okay. Tell me about it. What's your relationship with the Rain King? Because I got a whole page of notes on it. These guys know once something comes up, I take over.
So is that like
you better get your words in now?
You take the wheel, man. I was like Counting Crows. There you go. That's a classic.
So I'm an old version iTunes guy. I like the night that the first time I ever discovered iTunes that I could rip my CDs. I didn't go to bed that night. I put all my CDs in iTunes so I could start building playlists. I'm a nerd, man.
Yeah.
As if I had to say that, right? But so I still have my entire music catalog organized in iTunes. And so when we got a prompt like this where I just plug in the word rain, and I had like 400 songs with the word rain in my private, but the most common one was Rain King because I got like 15 versions of that somehow. Just because I think Counting Crows is my favorite live band, and they're divisive because there are certain people. I don't know about you, Jude. When you go to the show, some people they're like. I want to go there to sing along, like play the hits and sing it like it's on the record.
Yeah.
And those guys don't really like Counting Crows because when Counting Crows goes, like every set is unique and every version, there's always a little something unique.
I would rather be like that.
Personally. Oh my God.
Like
Counting Crows.
You can tell they're putting effort into it and not milking the system.
They do. And Adam Duritz and that band, they are tight and so he uses Rain King as like a bounce off to do other things and tell stories.
Gotcha.
And it's really cool. There's a version of it. It's not in, I've never heard it on like a CD or streaming or anything, but I've seen it alive. Like someone recorded it on their phone, a version of them going Rain King into Thunder Road by Bruce Springsteen. Which is just a badass. But see what's cool about what they're able to do. They transition into those like it was like they wrote it, like it was meant to be. Is really cool. So I'm glad you mentioned it because it's one of my favorite songs. I didn't see it in your
book. I didn't set you up.
I know
that was just.
I know. And by the way, Counting Crows also and they also know that I hijack. Like if the prompt is to bring 3 songs, I'll bring 30.
Jude, it was nice having you on because he's going to talk for the next 30 minutes now.
See you guys.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Here we go.
But they also on that album they also have Raining in Baltimore, which is is a great song. And sometimes they'll blend my all-time favorite song, which is "Round Here" by Counting Crows. They'll bring some "Raining in Baltimore" into that.
I haven't heard "Raining in Baltimore."
It's on that album. It's a deep track.
I've listened to the album a bazillion times. It's been forever.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I know I've heard it, but it does not ring a bell.
Yeah.
But it's a good one.
Well, it's a good compliment to "Around Here"
transition
in here. And then they also have a song. So they're still making music, and they have a song called "Virginia Through the Rain" off their most recent album. So anyway, anytime I can talk Counting Crows.
So those are your three. Those are your three songs, and you're out. Done.
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah, that's one.
All right. What else you got, Jude? You got anything?
Do I?
I
was going to say "Fool in the Rain."
Oh.
It's coincidental because this morning when I was driving into work, I heard that on the radio.
How about it?
But what I was going to say, Dave. So my wife is a huge Dave Matthews fan.
I'm glad Cotton's not here.
So
I agree with you.
I am not a huge Dave Matthews fan. I have a great time with her when we go to concerts.
Yep.
It's been a few years, but that's like a tradition. She and I usually go.
Yeah.
And I will give him props on this. Mm-hmm. He did a few years of this cover, and it was really good.
Sweet. Like
really good. So
you're bringing the deep cuts here, man.
So
Dave Matthews' version of "Fool in the Rain."
And he also did. He usually, if you go to a concert, he'll usually do like one cover. Like he did Peter Gabriel's "Sledgehammer" for a few years, which was really good.
Yeah.
But "Fool in the Rain."
Yeah,
that was a solid. Not necessarily. I love the Led Zeppelin. That's what I heard, but I. Transition that into the Dave Matthews.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, and you got both Dave Matthews Band and Counting Crows are both at Bourbon and Beyond this year on Sunday night. Same night.
We're bringing it all together,
buddy. We'll just bring it all around.
Yeah. All right. What else we got? Did we already cover yours?
I got one more that I would never have put on there, but it's like how do you blame it on the rain?
Yeah.
And for you, Jude,
Millie, baby.
For you, Jude, that's buddy.
But. That song, I don't care who was singing, whatever. Like those three hits, three hits they had, like 2 or 3 hits, it was awesome. You know what I mean? Especially in like the nostalgia. If it comes on like the 80s or not, whatever, late 80s, 90, 91, whenever it was, like I will still listen to the songs.
I catch myself singing "Blame It on the Rain." I'm
fine with it, man. You can't just say the name of it. And they were huge.
Yes.
Like Milli Vanilli, when they hit.
That's right.
They're all over the place.
Q102 in Cincinnati they would do some spoof stuff back in the day, and then this was when the big Iraq War was going on, and they spoofed that to "Blame It on Hussein." So I would love to. If I could hear that one of these days, that was "Blame It on Hussein," like a Weird Al Yankovic kind of thing. Who's coming to the Yum Center, by the way? This
Weird Al.
Ooh,
in June or July.
Wow. I would love to do that.
I would like to see.
He's a brilliant artist. Show. He's really smart. He's a really smart dude.
We got sidetracked again.
I know. That's how we work.
Sorry.
Man. No, no apologies. All right, so I got some honorable mentions before I got one last one that I want to talk about because I'm going to need some time, Sherman. If you manage, I got one that I want to camp out on, but some other ones like if you want, I categorize these. So what about the opposite? Like Blind Melon, "No Rain."
I knew that was
"No Rain," which was
I am mad right now.
Yeah,
that is a great one.
And there's an alternate version of that one that's like almost bluesy. Sounds like a totally different song. It's really cool. They put like a B-sides out that was really good.
The video to that was a classic part of that song too.
Yeah. And then my man Robert Earl Keen's got a song who's going to be at Railbird, "Not a Drop of Rain." And then we've talked about local artist Justin Wells, who's here from Kentucky. He's got a great song, "Still No Rain." So those are the "No Rain" songs. And then how about extension of not just rain, but rainbows? You got Steel Drivers, Stapleton's old band, When Rainbows Never Die. And then you got the Stones classic, She's a Rainbow. And
You got
then,
Casey Musgraves, Rainbow Over Your Head. Is that the name of the song?
there you go.
That's a good one.
There we go. All right.
Can I drop one on you?
Do it.
So I want to see, I'm sure you remember this song from Billy Myers. You remember the song Kiss the Rain?
Sure.
That's a good one.
Okay. It's
Yes.
not necessarily that I like it that much, but
Yeah.
it was big for a year.
Absolutely.
And that was one of the, I'm like, I'll hit them
There
with
we
an
go.
obscure.
That was.
Oh, that is obscure. That is
Yeah.
a good one.
Rain.
That's good. So the last one I wanted to bring up is I have to every time we do this list, I got to do one obscure one, and I'm going to do a song called "Feels Like Rain" by John Hyatt. Now I mentioned Robert O'Keefe is he's kind of the grandfather to me of like this Americana scene, and John Hyatt fits in there. And you probably know John Hyatt's songs without knowing John, like the Jeff Healey song "Angel Eyes."
Okay.
Like you remember the Jeff Healey band,
Yeah, yeah.
the blind dude playing
Yeah.
"Angel Eyes." That was a John Hyatt song. He's got a song called "Have a Little Faith in Me" that was a pretty good tune. Song Train to Birmingham, which was a cross Canadian ragweed made famous. But he, in his own right, is an amazing artist. And I'm also a TV guy, and I don't know if you all liked The Wire. Did you watch The
I
Wire?
did. Yeah.
Yeah, The Wire is one of the best
Absolutely.
TV shows made, and that was David Simon. So when he was done with The Wire, which was it was Sopranos and The Wire were appointment TV back in the day on HBO, and it was like the beginning of like prestige TV. And what was great about The Wire, David Simon always said the main character of that show was not a person; it was the city of Baltimore. And so his next show was a show called Treme, where the main character was basically the city of New Orleans. And that show was set 3 days after Katrina, so it's a post-Katrina show. And Steve Earle, who's a musician that I love, Copperhead Road, if you know that.
Oh yeah.
He's done a few little acting gigs, and he had a small part in The Wire, and he had a bigger part in Treme, and he played a musician, and he would like busk on the streets of New Orleans, and he had a younger girl who was a violinist, and in Americana we would call her a fiddle player.
Yeah.
But she and they would busk on the streets. They're characters, and there was an episode dedicated to this song called "Feels Like Rain," and it was Steve Earle's character Hurley, and he was kind of a mentor to Annie, who was the violin player. And they used this song as an example of how to write the perfect song. And so they went, and one of the things I loved about the show, being a music geek, is that, like we talk about needle drops and stuff all the time, like, they'll work music. Well, this show, like they would show a band playing 5 minutes, like an entire song in the show. Like they were not.
That's rare.
And it was because he wanted New Orleans to be the main character, and you can't tell the story of New Orleans without music.
Mm-hmm.
And so they go and they're just sitting there watching, and you don't realize it, but they're watching him in concert. And then afterwards, they're walking home from the show, and they just have a simple conversation, and he's mentoring. And I pulled up the conversation that they had, so I'm going to read it to y'all because it's just like it's music.
I like this, man. It left a mark on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they're walking home, and Harley, his character, he asks what was great about that song. And so she says the melody is simple, like the blues, which it is. It's a super simple song. And she says it's not locked into those chord changes. Like it's not a big thing. And then Harley says, yes, the music gives you what it can. And then he says, keep going, because he's like a mentor to her. And she says, the lyrics, though, are not so simple. It starts off and he's singing about the weather, the river, the sea. You realize it's about New Orleans. But then he isn't singing about New Orleans. it's really love that he has on his mind. It's a metaphor for love. And then remember, this was set 3 days after Katrina, and this was season 2 of the show, so it had been some time. And then so Annie says, and love's not simple. It's a little dark sometimes. It's a little dangerous, just like the city of New Orleans. And then he laughs, and she says, and he's writing it out. No matter how rough it gets, he's like us now after the storm. And that's when he pauses and he says, Annie, that song was not written about, like, it feels like rain. You'd think, oh, he wrote that about Katrina. He said, that song was written 20 years ago, darling. He said, you still had training wheels on your bike and nobody had ever heard the name Katrina. And she said, really? He said, that's what makes it a great song. So anyway, it clearly left a mark on me. Like, I remember that song. I remember, like, that show was great. And Steve Earle is awesome. And John Hyatt, who's not really a super well known, and he's like one of those musicians, like every musician with the CD that is hanging on my wall there, they probably know John Hyatt. And that song, it's really good. So anyway, that's what I do with this podcast, Jude. They give me a forum to just camp out, and you think we're almost done, and then I go like 10 minutes down some hallway talking about some obscure song. So
that's great.
Anyway.
No, that was a good one. That was a good one, Neil.
So anyway, that show's called Treme. I love. It's one of my favorite shows, and it's because of how they incorporated stuff like that and the music into it.
I have a quick question for you guys.
Knock it out.
Start with you. What's your favorite concert you've ever seen?
Pearl Jam 2013 Wrigley Field. Wrigley Field, first of all, I mean, it's a long story, but rain came in. There we go. A storm came in, and we all had to evacuate Wrigley after about the 6th song. Because of who we were with, where we ended up backstage. And there's nothing I can compare it to. I mean, it's never going to happen again.
Good for you.
It was amazing. It was amazing. But yeah, it's not even close. That's cool. Number one.
Yeah.
Neil.
I'll answer this. It's probably not my favorite concert but I'll go rain related, like Sherman just did. So I was living in Houston, and there was a band that I saw. I went to see like Ziggy Marley.
Wow.
And it was at one of these, like, kind of like Lollapalooza when it was traveling, where there was like 4 or 5 artists on the bill, and there was a band called OAR.
Yeah.
You know OAR?
Yeah.
And they were on that bill, and that was
they're solid. They've got a few really good songs.
Man, they got a whole thing, and I just, like, I'd never heard them. When I saw them, I'm like, man, this band's great. So and then come to find out, the guy I was with, he's like, man, he was feeling them too. So we decided they were coming back to Houston like 6 months later. So we were going to go see OAR. And it was about, 6 hours before the show, the skies opened up. Or it just started dumping rain.
Yeah.
And it was raining and raining. And there was an announcement that came out that the show had been canceled. But it wasn't canceled. It had just been moved inside to a high school gym right next door. And so, but nobody knew it. I don't know how I found it, but I did. I heard it somehow. I don't know.
So you're talking about like 1,000-seat capacity, maybe?
Not even.
Not even?
Well, maybe. I mean, it's a high school gym.
Like
now, they were supposed to play it like an amphitheater.
Right.
But there were maybe 50 people at this concert.
Oh.
For anyone who's not familiar with OAR, like, they had a huge run.
They did.
Like, they have a really good, 4 or 5 like outstanding songs.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Crazy Game of Poker was a big song that they would go for.
And I don't think that ever really made it on the radio much.
No, I don't.
And that's like a long.
It's great.
It's a long song.
It's one of those songs where they always tell a story So so there's nobody there, and they're just goofing off because it's like a fun show. And that's when you get an artist, right?
Real.
And so, and all this is because everybody thought it was rained out. So here's what he does. They get to another one of their songs, which was called About Mr. Brown. And he's getting ready to start. And he goes, hold on a second. Let's have some fun with this. And he goes, we're getting ready to play About Mr. Brown. Does anybody know the guitar parts to that song? And there's only 50 people in the audience and like 3 people. And he's like, okay, you come up. And so he hands the guitar to that person. And it's like a high school kid. And he says, does anybody know the drum parts to About Mr. Brown? Somebody raises their hand. So out of 50 people there, they find a guitarist and a drummer that know about Mr. Brown. They got a bass player. They got keys. They got a saxophone. Out of 50 people, they got all audience members and then someone to also sing it. And they did that song, and he sang with somebody. And it was the coolest moment I've ever seen live.
That's awesome.
And it was just because everybody thought it was rained out. So anyway,
You
how about that one?
into that. Both of you. Pearl Jam.
That's awesome.
That wasn't even in my notebook,
See,
Jude.
that's-
I just pulled that one out of my head.
That's
What about you?
So I've seen Brooks and Dunn twice, but I would say the first time I saw them up at Deer Creek up in Indy, Rodney Atkins opened for him and Brooks and Dunn.
Yeah,
that was just a really good show. But like I saw Tom Petty there. That was awesome.
he's the guy that I regret not ever seeing.
Yeah,
it was. I was. Although I was pissed off because he didn't play It's Time to Move On, It's Time to Get Going. That's my favorite Petty song.
From Wildflowers.
Yeah, he didn't play that, and I was like, God, man, that's...
there was a TV show that played that song as the final scene of the TV show, and I'm going to have to post what it is because I can't remember. It was the best use of that song.
Really?
It was.
It's quick. It's not a long
show.
song, too.
It's an epic TV show, and so it was a big deal that it was ending.
And it's time to move on.
And anyway.
Yeah, that's. I would say, like for nostalgic, I'd say, not that I'm like a Buffett fanatic but when I was in high school, Buffett would play he would play like 3 or 4 nights in Riverbend, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati was one of his favorite places.
Yeah, exactly. So just like the memories that I have going there in high school.
Yeah.
Like things you do in high school.
Buffett's a great one.
Yeah. It's like
I saw
parties,
it with my dad.
just awesome, like fun times.
Yeah.
And then I would say when Taylor Swift came to Louisville, because our daughters at the time, that was. God.
Was that at the football?
Yeah.
Was at that.
I mean, my daughters were in grade school at that point.
Any questions about Taylor Swift? Ask Sherman.
Yes. Hey, Jude, we're on. Just keep talking, buddy. Just keep talking.
I don't like her stuff now, but that was an awesome. I mean, just because it was like my wife and our 2 daughters, it was like that might be and whatever she makes, she deserves because she puts on a show. Like she does not take it easy. I mean,
I added one song and said that we had a build your own festival that we did, and I said that I would have her at my festival as a headliner. It's a no-brainer. You're selling out. It doesn't matter. And these guys gave me so much crap for having her.
I get it, like a judgmental way. You're like Taylor Swift, but you have to. If you go to a live show, you have to appreciate what she puts into it, because she is not just taking your money and running.
She's also doing her own. It's her own music. Generally speaking, she collaborates with other people, but largely singer-songwriter. I mean, she's singing her own stuff. Exactly. I'll take that any day nowadays with everything else going on.
Yes.
Sign me up.
I get you. All right, well, let's wrap with that. Let's end on that, Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
There you
We're all
go.
Swifties. Jude, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for inviting me.
Great.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Listeners, thank you so much for joining us for another episode. If you haven't already, give us a follow on wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple, Spotify, if you're a YouTuber, whatever it may be. Check us out. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.
Tell us what songs we missed. Later, guys.
See ya.
That was all.